This video will walk you through the exercise in class about the trading mechanism of limit order book. Now, for this limit order book, we have a total of 8 orders. They enter into the trading system with different time. We basically sort them by time here. Now, B1 is the first order that existed in the market. So we got this limit buy order, which is trading for 500 shares at 23.43. However, since this is the first order, we have to place it in the limit order book because there's no matching order, no existing order to match it, to fill it. So we have to put it there. So therefore, our limit order book is here. And for this side, these are for buys, which will be representing the bid price, the price the dealer is willing to buy. And here, these are the sell orders. These prices here represents the offer price or the ask price, representing the price where the dealer are willing to sell. So if we want to choose the best bid, that will be the highest bid out there, which will be this price. And here, if we want to choose the best offer, so which will be the lowest offer price here. So the lowest price point where the investors or the dealers is willing to sell. So here we'll just put 500 under 23.43 to show that, okay, we have received the order and it will appear in the limit order book. And then we process the second one. So a few seconds later, we have the second order, which is a limit sell order. That limit order specifies the trade size, which is 400 shares, traded at 23.46. Now, again, we put it here for 400 shares, under 23.46. So then moving on, another limit buy order at another price, 23.44. So let's first put 200 share under 23.44. Now, what do we have here for the limit order book for all of these buy orders? Now we have a better buy offer, which is here, 23.44. The investors is willing to pay at a higher price. So here, if we have a market order coming in, then to match with the highest bid out there, which is the highest possible buy price in the market, that will be 23.44, and with 200 shares listed here. So I think I should move it down to the third row. Okay, so the second row is for the sell order, and this is for the third row. And then moving on to the fourth one. So the fourth one here, we have a different order type, which is the market order. For market order, investors, they don't need to specify the price. They just need to let the system know that how many shares they want to buy. Now this is for a 400 shares trade size. So here we need to execute this market sell order immediately, but we need to find some buy orders to fill this market sell order. Now, what are the buy orders that are available? So one is this 200 shares at 23.44, the best bid out there. Another one, once this 200 shares, once this order is filled, we'll move on to the second best, which is 23.43. And there are 500 shares out there. Now we only need 400 shares. So, which means that 200 shares out of this 500 shares will be filled. So I'm gonna put the first 200 shares to be filled. And the price is 23.44. So this counterparty will be B2. So since the 200 shares here will be executed, it will reduce the number to 0 here. So we no longer have 200 shares listed here in the limit order book, because this order number B2 is filled at this time point because of this market sell order. And then for this market sell order, we have 200 shares more, because the total amount should equals to 400 shares. So therefore, we have 200 shares more. And the second best bid out there, which is the second highest buy price out there listed in the limit order book, will be this 23.43. So 23.43. And this will effectively reduce this 500 shares by 200 shares, and the remaining will be 300 shares. So then we move on to the fifth order. This is the limit sell order at 23.46. 23.46, we have 400 existing order from the previous order. And now we're just adding 300s to the $400 number of shares. For this is B3. For B3 here. So adding 300, that will be 700. For S3. Now move on to the next one. So here we have a market buy order coming in, and the market buy order wants to fill 500 number of shares. Price is whatever price available out there. We want to find the best offer, which is the lowest sell price. So the lowest possible sell price is 23.46. Actually, the only sell price is 23.46 here. And since these are the only stock price, sell price over here, so we'll process the earlier order first. So we'll put $400 here, 400 shares here, and it is traded at 23.46. And we have a total of 500 number of shares to be traded with this market buy order. So there are 100 shares remaining for the 23.46 price. So we will deduct 500 number of shares from this 700 number of shares. So here, first deduct 400, that will be 300, and then deduct 100 more, that will give us 200 shares remaining here for this price equals to 23.46. So 200 shares more to be executed at 23.46. That's what we have for the limit sell order here at this point. If we move on to sell S4, that is another limit sell order to be traded at 23.47, and the size is 300. So I'll put 300 here under 23.47, and that's it. This 23.47 is a higher price than 23.46, and this is not a better offer price, because we are searching for the lowest possible offer price out there. The person that is willing to sell at the lowest possible price will be the person, or will be the order which has the priority under this limit order system. So 23.47 obviously is not the lowest sell price or offer price out there. The lowest is still 23.46. So finally, we move on to the last order in this market, which is a limit buy. And the limit buy, this person wants to trade at 23.46. So this person wants to buy at 23.46, which is higher than all other existing buy orders. So this person is actually willing to pay at a higher price. And this price, luckily, has some existing limit sell order that can exactly match with this 23.46. And they have enough of depth to support the trade. So there are 200 shares to be executed at 23.46, or 200 shares to be sold at 23.46. So once the order kick in here, we will consider this order as a marketable order because its buy-in price 23.46 can be immediately filled with an exactly the same, so with another sell order that has exactly the same price, which is 23.46. So we will have this 100 shares to be bought from here, from the sell order here. So reduce the sell order from 200 to 100, because 100 will be sold to this last person here at the price equals to 23.46. I think this is the last one. Yes, this is for the last order before. And lastly, what is left in the limit order book is still here. So there are 100 shares remaining at 23.46 and 300 shares remaining at a price of 23.46. And here we have 300 shares to be bought at 23.43. And this position has been cleared out. So 200 shares has been cleared out here. And now, so whatever existing in the limit order book by the end of the market close, by the end of the day, will be canceled. No, because the market has closed. And if the person, when they submit the limit order, if they do not specify the time for this order to be active, then the order will be canceled by the end of the day if the order hasn't been filled during the day. So this order will be, discarded. So therefore, to summarize, how many shares has been traded during the day? So we just need to take the sum of all the previous number of shares listed here. So we have 200 shares traded for the market sale, and 200 shares traded for the market sales as well. So that's 400. And this is a 500 number of shares for the market buy. So in total, from here to here, there are 900 shares traded at the market order. And finally, we execute a limit buy order with a size equals to 100. So that adds up equals to a total of 1,000 number of shares. And here, what is the price of all the trade being executed? We can't have a unified price here. There's no one price for all the 100 shares out there. There are so many prices to be, which was executed during the day at different time periods and at different number of shares. So we'll just put many here. But if you want to know the last price of this stock, that last price will be 23.46. And I think I have explained these part. There are some information I want to fill in as well. So this is for the order here, B2. And here, this should be for the order of B1. So it's deduct from 500 number of shares of B1. So you reduce it to 300. And for this limit order, this 400 is coming from S1. Counterparty is S1. And then for the second one, the counterparty should be S3. And for this, counterparty is S4. Not S4, S3 as well, since we are subtracting 100 from this 200 number of shares. And finally, I want to explain what is the word here. So limit price placement. Now, if there's no previous price and this is the initial price out there, or if this is a market order, then nothing will be shown here. And then we have a second limit buy order. So which means that we have a different bid price, 23.44, and the previous one is 23.43. Now think of that there is a timeline. So where we have national best bid. If the order enter here, and national best offer. Let's say this is previous MBBO, MBB national best bid. Now, if it's higher, so then we'll put a new MBB in front of this line. So we put, so it will basically national, it will basically cut this line and then insert it here. So it will occur inside of this execution order. So if it's at this price, let's say for S3, the selling price is equals to the previous national best offer. So then this is X. And then if we have a selling price 23.47, which is higher than 23.46, for the sell orders, we want to find the lowest possible sell price, lowest possible offer price. So this is gonna be outside next MBO will be outside of this order. It's not gonna be cut into this order. So therefore, we call it behind. And here, since the order here for the final limit buy order, it's gonna be executed immediately because there is a limit sell order that wants to sell at the exactly same price, 23.46, that this limit buy order specifying. So this is equivalent to the marketable order. Now that we have walked through the class exercise, looking at the assignment here, these are very, very similar problems. We still have 8 number of orders, and you just need to walk through all of these one at a time. So the mechanism of limit order book is to process the trade one at a time. This is different from the call market. For the call market, it's gonna accumulate all the order and then come up with the schedule for buy and schedule for sell and find the specific price that can maximize the number of shares traded. Okay, so if you got this part right, you should get a number here equals to 1,100.